Chrislyn.
So hi, I'm Chrislyn Benjamin, known as the Beacon of Hope. My chapter is called The Spark That Became My Why. This chapter is about grief, grit, and the whisper my brother left behind. You know, there are moments in life that breaks us open. For me, grief did not come loudly. It came softly, in the silence of someone no longer here. And in silence, I heard this voice so clear. He believed in me before I fully believed in myself. So today, the work I do, the courage I summon, and the spark that fuels my why, it is my way of remembering him. On Tuesday morning, on my way to an important meeting that I couldn't miss, my phone rang, an unfamiliar number. I was told to come to the traffic police station. I didn't understand why until I arrived. In a small room where the walls felt so close, an inspector looked at my brother and me and said, in words that split my world in half, he didn't make it. My youngest brother, the spark among us, gone. I didn't cry. I went numb. And in that silence, something sacred began. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but quietly, a whisper I had heard before. You can do it. I had survived adversity before. Illness that stole my strength, my speech, my ability to write, to use my right side, really. I was told to accept a smaller life. I didn't then, and I couldn't do it now. But grief is different. It leaves an empty chair and an empty voice. For a long time, I felt hollow until I realized his belief in me didn't die with him. It lived on in me. And when Diane and Olga had asked for me to contribute a chapter, I was thinking, I don't know what I would write on. But then I remembered my brother, and this is my way of honoring him, that this is how I will deal with my grief, by writing it. His belief in me didn't die with him. It lived on in me. That's when my why became clear. Not as an achievement, but as a calling to rise and to help others to rise too. From that journey came React, reminding me to honor the past through reflection, to reclaim your voice through engagement. Move even when it is a small step, and that's action. Beneath that noise came clarity. And transformation is proof that pain can birth purpose for us to rise. My brother's spark lives on in this work. And if you are here today feeling stuck, silent, or unfulfilled, know this. Your spark isn't gone. It's waiting. And when you uncover your why, it won't just light your path. It will lighten the way for others. And so I continue loudly. It may not be perfect, but faithfully guided by that familiar whisper that I still carry with me. You can do it. I want to read an excerpt from a poem that I did at the end of the chapter. To help the hidden find their light. So if you are reading Lost or Alone, unsure of when your life may go. Know this, your spark is not erased. It waits in silence to be embraced. Let grief be sacred. Let hope begin and listen for the spark within. Thank you.
Thank you, Chrislyn. What a message. And I know, sometimes we talk about share your story and we say, well, what should I share? And then we dig deep and realize I do have a story. And we find it in each and every one of us. We have several stories. Okay. So moving right along. So let me invite Jim to say hi, and he will he will be joining us tomorrow morning. The same link. He will be praying over us. He's Pastor Jim Hedrington. So Jim, I'll give you a few minutes to to introduce yourself again and share what you're doing, and then we're gonna move on to our next speaker is Robin, and then it's gonna be I believe it's Abby. Okay, so Olga, Jim, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, thanks, Diane. This is such a privilege for me to be here with you. And Olga, I've been part of your journey for several years now. So this is exciting to see this and so many familiar faces. I see so many. I see Kim. I see Chrislyn that was just speaking. I see so many familiar faces that I've had the opportunity to connect with and support along the journey. And for those that don't know me, my name is Jim Heatherton. I live up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I support authors, speakers, and coaches in just really getting clear on their story, their message, their why, as Chrislyn was saying, and just helping them to redefine their goals and their offers and how they can support others and get their message out there. And then I teach them how to leverage that. And so that's what I get the privilege of doing. So Diane, before I continue rambling on, because you know me, I can keep teaching forever. So give me an exact amount of minutes that you want me to speak.
Jim, you got 5.
I got 5. Okay, I can do 5. So what I want to do is I want to create a little bit of value. Is that okay with everyone? Can I give you some value? How many, I know we got a lot of authors in the room because, I mean, that's what you're here. You're celebrating this book, which congratulations. I think that's absolutely exciting. So how many authors do we have? Just raise your hands. Okay, I see hands going up all over the place. All right, speakers. We got some speakers in the house. Coaches. We got lots of coaches in the house. All right. So one of the things that I get asked all the time is, Jim, how can I leverage my message? Anybody ever had that question? You ever thought about, okay, how do I really leverage this thing? I'm in a book. I'm in another co-author book. I've got this product, this service, but it's learning how to leverage it because there's a lot of noise out there today, isn't there? There's a lot of competition. So stepping aside and stepping out and stepping apart from everyone else is a real challenge. I want to give you a 1-minute exercise that'll give you a 30-day content calendar. Would that be okay? Would anybody like to know that formula? It's a secret formula that I'm inviting to give to you right now. All right? So you can use this whether it's your book, whether you got an entire book, whether you've just got a chapter. Because I get people ask me, how can I 10x my investment in a chapter in a book? And I said, well, it's simple. It's just taking your book, taking your idea, right? So here we are. This is your idea. So that could be your chapter. It could be an idea that you have. It could be something that you teach around. All right. So now how many could take their chapter? Let's just focus on a chapter for one. Take your chapter. How many could think of 5 things that you could share with somebody out of your chapter that you've already written? How many could do that? Right? I see heads going up. I see hands going up. So we think of it and we create 5. We think of 5 things that we can teach out of the chapter that we've written. Or we could take our coaching program. We could think of 5 things that we want to teach or that we could share out of our coaching program. Now, how many could take one of these ideas and come up with 5 ideas to teach underneath that? Who could do that? Right? I mean, you know your stuff. You're already an expert. You're already an authority. You've already done the research. You've already done the hours to communicate and to get the data to support people to understand your niche. So it'd be easy to take one of these points and create 5 other ideas. Now, I know you're all intelligent. You know what's coming next, right? So next, we take the second point and we come up with 5 things for that. Who could do that? Who could take that second idea and come up with 5 other things that you could think about, right? And you got it. We do that for 3 and 4 and 5. Now, we think of 5 things that we can do under each one of these things. And now all of a sudden, you got a month's worth of content that you can use on social media, use for short reels, use for YouTube videos. You could put up little blog posts on this. And it all works out. So you got 5 ideas, and 5 times 5 is 25. So that gives you 30 days, right? Simple exercise. So 30 days, and you could repeat this every 30 days. So you don't have to stress about what you're going to talk about. You don't have to stress about what you're going to post. And the beautiful thing about this, how many are using AI today? It's okay. You can put your hands up. It's not a bad thing to use AI. I use AI all the time. So the beautiful thing about this is once you have trained AI to know who you are, who you serve, what your message is, what your story is, what your brand is, right? Once you've trained AI, so whether you're using Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever platform you're using, once you've taught it how to do that, now you could just put this in here and say, okay, here's my chapter. Give me 5 things that I can teach. And you could break it down. Now all of a sudden you've got all the bullet points. You could have this done in less than 5 minutes. And then you've got 30 days of content that you can share. So I wanted to share that, to share this. I've been talking to Diane. It's wonderful that I still get invited into her world. She's working with the great Forbes Riley, and I still get called every once in a while and just asking questions and give me some thoughts and ideas, and I encourage her. But I was sharing an event that I'm working on in the Philadelphia area, and that's what she really invited me to do, was to come on here and to share this event with you quickly. So it's really an event. It's less about a book and more about a moment, right? It's because we all know that events come and go. We publish books and we move on, but every once in a while, something will coming along that people actually remembered. So in May, on May 30th, we're gathering in Philadelphia, and we're going to have a legacy experience built around a Guinness World Record. So the record that we're going for is the most authors in a book in the same room signing it simultaneously. So the minimum number that we need is 130 people to break the record. The aspiration is to get 250 because it's your 250th anniversary in the US. And we picked the Philadelphia area because that's where it all started. The Declaration of Independence, all the stuff happened around that area. So that's what we picked on that. So it's not about just getting into another book. It's not about doing that. It's not getting in it just to say that you're in another book. It's more about the experience and the moment. And here's the deal. It's more about having a heart for legacy. Who wants to leave legacy? Right? That's why we do what we do. It's not just today. It's not just to pay bills today. It's for future generations. It's for future stuff that's coming up. And that's the beautiful thing about this, that through this opportunity, we're going to record the entire thing. We're going to have it broadcasted. And the focus is on relationship building. The focus is on connections. The focus is on how to leverage the media assets. How do you leverage these things? Because we all have opportunities. This is an amazing opportunity that you have being in this book. Now take it and leverage it. So that's what the focus on this is going to be, is about leveraging these opportunities. How do we leverage ourselves as authors, as speakers, as coaches? What are the inside tricks? And what we're doing is gathering people. So we'll have a minimum of 130, potential of 250 plus of authors, speakers, coaches, movers, shakers, people that want to build legacy in the same room. So I want to invite you to discover a little bit more if this makes sense for you. For some of you, it's not going to make any sense, and that's wonderful. I still love you. For others, you're going to say, I want to be in that room. I need to be connected to these people. I want to be part of something and look back a year or 2 years from now and say, I was there in that moment, in that room, signing that book, building those connections, building those relationships, and leveraging my business, leveraging my coaching career, leveraging my speaking career, leveraging my authorship, and taking it to that next level. So I'm going to share a couple of links, and I didn't ask for permission from Diane or Olga, so I'll get their permission, but I'll put those in the chat. One is a document that you can read. It's just a Google Doc that I put together. It's got a few more details and ideas about it so you can get to know it a little bit more. And the other is the link to the actual landing page where you can go check it out, sign up, and be a part of this. So that's all I have to say about that. So was that helpful? Who's ready to rock it for the next 30 days? Awesome. I love it.
Yes.
And who's ready to check out this information about this event and potentially join us in Philadelphia? I see some heads nodding. I would absolutely love it. We're working on a couple of people coming from Iceland. I got people coming from Houston already. We got people from Canada driving down. It's going to be an epic time, and it's a room that you want to be a part of. So thanks for allowing me to come and share. I want to encourage all of the authors, speakers, coaches, all of the authors in this book. Congratulations. Leverage it. Take it to that next level and keep going.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jim. Quite a great offer. And Jim, we will put you in the replay. We're going to add your link in the chat. Okay.
Wonderful. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I know we're running so behind time. So Olga, what's next? Do we go straight to Robin?
Robin, yes, Robin.
Okay, Robin, are you ready? So-
Are you on different Zooms?
Hey, I think that I hear Robin driving up the street. So let's go to Abby and then we can probably come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Abby, are you ready? Okay, and I'm gonna just say after Abby, we're gonna have Robin, and after Robin, we're gonna have Dawn. Oh, yeah, goes Robin. Oh, give him a chance to breathe. You wanna give him a chance to breathe. Abby, are you ready? Yes.
As ready I can be.
Good.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so elated to be here today. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Diane. And we thank God for Dr. Riley that has been with us that took time out to be with us today. My story, it's about my family. First, I thought I was going to just write about my plight, my story. But then the Holy Spirit told me, said, it's not just your story, it's your family story. It's your story, your daughter and your son, and what God has done in your life. It's about a family, not just a mom, a mother and a family's unyielding light. What does that mean? Unyielding light. That means when you have faith on the inside of you, you know that there's nothing impossible for God to do. This story started on a family vacation to Central Florida by my family in 2011, July 19, about 6:19 p.m. I still remember every second, every minute, everything that happened that day. We were getting ready to go to Animal Kingdom. And being the mom, wanted to just go get a backpack, just we can save at the park so we don't have to buy a cup of soda, for $12 back then. Now it's probably like $30, $35. And we were in there. It was just, my son came to me and said, Mom, I want a Snicker bar. And I said, we just had dinner. We're not going to be able to get that done. So he walked away from me. A few seconds later, I had this screeching sound with my son on the floor. And I'm like, Samuel, get up, stop playing. Samuel, get up, stop playing. And I realized that he was not getting up. So I went to him right there on the floor. I'm going to tell this and then I'm just going to make sure I summarize so I don't take your whole afternoon. Because I could be here all day telling the story and bring...
Yeah, we're going to make it so fast.
Yes. So all of that happened, but picked up my son from the floor and I could see blood everywhere, eyeballs in my hand. And the Holy Spirit took over from there, was airlifted to the nearest trauma center. And my daughter and I got there and we were met by clergymen and the trauma physicians saying, it does not look good. Immediately, faith kicked in. I'm like, you don't know who you have in your possession. His middle name is Miracle. You need to go in there and save my son. And that's what they did. So what happened with that? It's prayer. It's not just medical intervention. It's God's intervention. So when you are met with a lot of darkness, a lot of medical impossibilities, and you just listen to medical excuses, to medical information, you need to counter it by the faith that's on the inside of you. I had to drive a lot of physicians out of my son's room saying, you don't speak negative over my son while he was on ventilator. And I know that worked. So through prayer, the church prayer, intercessors prayer, I know what God did for my son and myself. Yes, we went through a lot with rehabilitation and all that. But today, my son that was not supposed to either walk or make it or do anything, he is 21 years old right now, a college student, walking, seeing, talking, and everything that medical said that wasn't going to happen, he has overcome them. So I just thank God. So if you are a mom today or a dad, single, and you're met with all these responsibilities, you had to quit your job because of your child. You had to give up 6-figure salaries because of your child. You have to walk away for something that you've been planning all of your life so that you can take care of that child or take care of that family member. I would do it again. You go ahead and do what you have to do, because we have a God that is a prayer answering God. I don't believe that what the doctors call unexpected situation, unexpected outcomes, I call them miracle. So if you are in that position today, know that God is still writing your story. So hold on to faith, hold on to courage, hold on to endurance, hold on to that power that's inside of you, because God is still writing your story. He can do the impossible. So go today. Just know that God is in full control and he will take care of you. He take care of all your needs while you're waiting for that miracle to happen. So never, 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 never be discouraged. Take courage. Do what God has told you to do. Say, hold on to faith. I'm going to have to read this because I don't want to miss that. Love without fear and without limits. Quitting is not an option for you, and believe that your light will shine again. Thank you for letting me share.
Go. Good morning and good afternoon and good night, wherever we're at. So my chapter involves PTSD, little blessings, and what service will really do for you to help save your life. I've lived 2 lives in my life. One you don't know about, the other one I told you a little bit about in the story. And I learned about gratitude, love, and healing. And I am worth saving. You're worth saving. And I do have a life worth living and things to do. So I'm going to make it short too, so we can get some more folks on. But I've got my email address on the back of the chapter. If you read it and it touches you, if you feel like you need to reach out, reach out. If you need help, don't be like me and pretend that you're just tough and cool and it'll go away on its own, because it doesn't. I can promise you. So I've seen both sides of it. I've lived both sides of it. And in my chapter, I tell a few stories about how I was saved, and the young lady that you all know to be my wife that have met her is my angel. So thank you for the opportunity I've had to be in this book. And I hope it helps somebody out. Like I say, my email's at the end. If you feel like maybe I could help you, or you just need somebody to talk to, please don't be shy. I'm there to help. Thank you. Thanks, ladies.